Hey, what's up guys? If you're new to my channel, my name is Georgia Hutton. I do singing videos, like covers and stuff. I do makeup tutorials. I do funny, weird, random videos. So if you like all of that stuff, then subscribe of course and hit that bell so you're notified when I post a new video every single time. But today I am obviously doing this makeup tutorial for you. It's kind of a grungy, smoky, pink toned eye thing. You'll know about it in the title of this, obviously. All the products that I will be using today, I will link them in the description box below, and if I can't find them, then I have hair in my lipstick. But if I can't find them, they're obviously not going to be linked, so sorry. But again, please subscribe and share this with your friends, please, so that more people can watch this and they can learn more things, and then they can just watch my videos and subscribe to my channel, because that would be great. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and we're just gonna get right into the video. Okay guys, I'm gonna get started using my Alba Botanica Hawaiian Oil-Free Moisturizer with aloe and green tea. I'm using this because my skin is super dry right now, so yeah, that's why I put it on. And just not everywhere. Okay, after I have that all done, I am going to take some of my Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. It looks like this. It is my favorite thing to put on my lips. If your lips are dry and you're just using chapstick and it's just drying out your lips more, get some of this. I know it's really expensive, but if you get some of this, it works so well. If you guys keep hearing my phone buzz, it's a group chat with all of my friends in it, and they won't stop texting me. Okay, now that my face is all nice and fresh and feeling good and kind of tacky, that stuff leaves it tacky, so it's kind of like a primer. I enjoy using it. I'm going to take some of my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. It's my favorite foundation of all time, and my shade is Y305, but I know they reformulated, so this is a little too yellow tone for me. I'm more pink toned. I'm definitely more pink toned actually, but it works fine. And I'm just going to shake that up and put it on the back of my hand. I'm gonna put about 3 pumps. And then I'm going to take some of the Custom Cover FX drops in Sunlight, and I'm gonna put about 2 to 3 drops of that in there. So just don't. Let's go 3. I kind of want to be gluey. Kind of want to be gluey today. And then I just like to dot the foundation all over my face. Okay, I'm gonna stick a headband on because this will get all over. This will get all over my face. Well, my hair.
Ah! Why can't I do anything right? I look like I'm 12 now. Okay.
And then I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge and dip that a little bit in the back of my hand along with the product that's already on my face, and I'm just going to blend that in. Use a sponge with this foundation because I find that using my F80 brush by Sigma, it makes it more streaky, I guess. Make sure you blend down your neck, or else you will look like you have a completely different color face than your foundation. And if your foundation matches your skin perfectly anyways, it might oxidize and you still might look like a crazy influencer person. So always blend your foundation down your neck, because that ain't cute. Foundation, it's time to apply some concealer, and I use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer in the shade R22. It looks like this. I love the packaging for Makeup Forever because it's just kind of sleek and nice and pretty. So I'm just going to take some of this and I'm going to stick it on my finger, and I'm going to put it underneath my eyes, on my forehead, on the bridge of my nose, on my chin, and on my cupid's bow. I kind of apply this in a triangular area. When you do this, it highlights the places on your face that you want to pop out more. A brush for this. I have one, but it's upstairs and I don't want to go get it because I'm lazy. Okay, so after you have all that on, then you're just going to take your beauty blender or Real Technique sponge and dab it into your face. And with that, I'm going to take some of this Milk Makeup bronzer in the shade Baked, and it looks like this. I'm sorry, the packaging looks so bad. I've had this for a long time, so just don't touch this. But I'm gonna put some of this in the hollows of my cheeks, so underneath my cheekbones. I'll put a little bit on my jawline, just a little bit, so it doesn't look like I have two different shades, because that happens sometimes. And then on top of my forehead. Once you're done putting that on your face, you will take your Real Technique sponge or beauty blender, whatever you have, and blend it in. And I will do a more in-depth contour and highlight tutorial video for you guys if you want. So just let me know. Some other people have told me from my school, make a highlight and contour video. So I'll make a more in-depth version of this. Now we're just going to blend this into the skin. Make sure you use bouncing motions and really work that into your skin, so there's no like streaks or harsh lines. I'm taking some of that extra product and dabbing it on my nose, and I put some underneath my lip to give the appearance of a bigger shadow underneath your lip, because once you do that, then it makes your lips look bigger. Oh boy, let me see. Okay, so once you have that all blended, you're going to want to take some translucent setting powder. Any translucent setting powder would work, but I use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. It's my favorite setting powder. So I'm just going to stick that on my Real Technique sponge and press it into my skin, like so. Just a little bit of that, and then just really work it into your skin. Unless you want to bake, then leave it on top of your skin and then brush it away after you're done. I prefer to just press this into my skin and leave it like this, so it doesn't dry me out like baking does for some reason. I would think this would dry me out more, but it doesn't. Sorry if I'm sniffling a little bit, because I think my allergies are getting really bad again, so that is the reasoning for that. I have dry skin, but sometimes my skin gets super oily and I'm like, what are you doing? So I like to use the powder, but sometimes it just dries me out too much, so sometimes I don't even use powder. I am going to start on my eyeballs, just in case like I mess up and then there's fallout, and then yeah. I'm gonna zoom you guys in for the eyes. Okay guys, I did my eyebrows off camera, and I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil in dark brown and the clear brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Those are two of my favorite things ever for my eyebrows, and I really need to get a different color because I know that this color is a little bit too dark for me and I need a lighter color, but oh well, it'll work for now. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm doing kind of a like a subtle pink, kind of a flirty look. It's kind of cute, like a cool tone, the flirty look. Flirty. I need to prime my eyelids with the eyeshadow primer by Urban Decay. The I think it's just the original priming potion. It's my favorite eyeshadow primer to use. I feel like my eyeshadow just stays completely intact the whole day when I use it, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna use. And I'm just gonna rub that in with my finger. Okay, as I said before, the Sweetheart color with the E40 tapered blending brush, just kind of tap it off and apply all over the lid. And apply to the other side. I'm putting that all over my lid too, because I feel like it just kind of gives it a more grungier vibe. Going back and forth motions. Make sure you blend that out very well. This is kind of our transition shade. into our darker colors that we're using. Okay, so the next shade, the next shade that I'm going in with is from the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay, and I'm going in with Nooner. That's a really weird one. And I'm using the blending E25 brush by Sigma. Sigma brushes and Morphe brushes are my favorite eye brushes to use. Okay, so I'm gonna stick that right in the crease. And I'm going to blend that very well. So again, just back and forth motions. Use kind of a light hand with this because I find that if you use like less pressure on the eye, then the shadow will blend easier, especially when you're using a dark shade. Because if you're like jamming the thing into your eye, then it's just not going to blend as well as lightly using it. I also like to flatten this brush out like this and take it across the crease too. That fans it out a little bit more instead of having to go in and using a different brush. So after you're done with that, just copy it onto the other eye. I'm keeping this more in an O, like circle shaped, not circle shaped, like instead of fanning it out like this, like a cat eye, I'm keeping it kind of more in, like rounded instead. Okay, now I'm gonna mix these two shades right here from the Morphe 35T. Yeah, 35T palette. I'm mixing this shade right here with this shade right here. Okay, make sure you definitely shake that off. Honestly, if you blow on it, especially as long as you're not doing anybody else's makeup, then this is blowing on it is fine. And then I'm gonna put that on the outer corner of the lid. And then I'm gonna bring it up into the crease. Copy that onto the other eye. Okay, this is turning into more of a warmer toned, so I'm gonna go in with this purpley shade right here. It's like a burgundy, but like more purpley toned. And I'm gonna use that Sigma E25 blending brush again. I'm just gonna take just the tiniest bit of that and put that right into my crease as well. And bring it down on the outer corner. And then I'm gonna bring this in the inner part of my crease to darken it up a bit. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So after you have that done, just take any like light color like this shade from the Tartelette in Bloom palette, Flower Child, and I'll probably mix it a little bit with Charmer, and just take that on the like a big taper blending brush like the Sigma E40 that I used in the beginning of the video. Run that over the top of the whole entire eye look. I like to do this trick because it just diffuses all the colors a little bit better. And especially focus this up towards the eyebrows so it gets that first shade that we put down all blended nicely. So after you're done with the tops of the eyes, just go back in with go in with this dark plum shade underneath lower lash line, and then take some of this shade right here, this lighter shade, and blend that a little bit further down. And I'm using the Morphe B16 brush for this. So just keep that plum shade super concentrated into the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take this MAC 219 brush, and I'm going to put a little bit of the Flower Child shade underneath the whole thing just to blend it all together. When I'm doing pinkier tones, I like my lower lash line to be really diffused and like blown out for some reason. I think it's super pretty. It just adds like a more sultry effect to the eye. Okay, I've decided to take that MAC 219 brush again and take that dark plum shade from the Morphe palette and stick a little bit more of that on the lid, but on the outer corner, so it just matches the bottom a little bit better, but just the slightest amount. And then for the last color I'm going to be using, I'm going to stick this shade from the Morphe 35T palette all over the inner part of my lid, and I'm just going to use my finger on that because I find that so much more easy. And so I'm just going to take that and press that right here. And then I'm going to bring that down to the inner tear duct, well, inner part of the tear duct, and meet the plum shade to the sparkly shade. Now that you're done with all of that, take a black liner, a pencil liner, something like that. I'm using this Marc Jacobs one. I got it as a sample. It's a little tiny one in black. Tight line your eyes with it. And I'm not going to put any on the bottom of my lash line. I just want to make my eyes more poppy a little bit. And for liner today, I'm going to be using the super skinny marker from NYX. I just dropped that on the floor. And it's in carbon black. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this on the outer portion of my eye. Pigmented, that's why I like it for like smokier liner looks. And then I'm just gonna bring that to the inner corner and then bring it up onto the other part. Okay, and then do the same underneath your lashes. Underneath your bottom lashes, that's what I mean. And stick that, like, try to get that into the middle between all of your eyelashes too, so it darkens that up as well. With that, I'm going to go in with the Tartelette and Bloom palette again, and I'm going to take this shadow called Smoke Show on this Morphe E36 brush and focus that where that liner is, so it kind of smokes it out just a little tiny bit more. Using today, I do not remember what they're called, but I will link them in the description box once I figure out what they're called, but I'm gonna apply these off camera, so I'll be right back. Okay, now that I am done with the eyes, I'm gonna move on to bronzing up the face, and I'm gonna use this Morphe M527 brush and my NARS Stephen Klein palette. They have another one exactly like this. It's the NARS Narcissus palette, and I'm pretty sure you might be able to still get it, but this is Laguna bronzer. I know it is, it's my favorite bronzer. So I'm just gonna apply this to the same place where I applied the cream bronzer. And on my forehead. I'm always scared that I'm gonna like mess up my eyebrows when I do this. That underneath. I'm going to take this darker shade right here, and I have this trick where I squish the brush like this, and I just put barely any, and I stick that right where the hollow cheeks start, very lightly, and then I blend it up. Make sure you blend all that out. Then I'm going to take a little bit on my nose. And right underneath my lips. And then I am done with bronzer. And now I'm going to go in with the NARS Narcissus palette, and I'm going to use this blush right here. I'm pretty sure it just says 2. that's what it is. That blush is called too. And then so I'm gonna take some of that. This is an Eco Tools brush, and I'm just gonna stick this on the apples of my cheeks. And the highlight that I'm going to be using today is the Mary Luminizer highlighter by The Balm. This is one of my all-time favorites, along with Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop. And I'm going to take this fan brush for this, and I'm going to put a lot of highlighter on this. And I'm going to dust this off like this and just apply that to the tops of the cheekbones. Or all over your face because I need highlight. Just kidding. Of the eyebrows. Okay, so the face is done, and now I'm going to apply the lipstick. I'm gonna apply Lolita. I know everybody knows this, so I will be right back. Thank you guys so much for watching my makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I did stick Talia by NYX over the top of this lipstick. And yeah, that's about it. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, please, so you can see more of these. I have more videos on my channel that don't even relate to makeup, so if you want to check those out, then that would be great. And yeah, that's about it. So please share this with your friends and have a great day. And as always, love Georgia. Bye!